Alrighty folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another Nascar Diecast review. Today we have a blast from the past. It is Greg Biffle's 2014 3M Ford Fusion. Let's go back to the Roush days and check out this diecast. Alrighty folks, we're at the good old box and let's dive into today's diecast review. First off, how cool of a paint scheme this is. Man, I miss the 3M cars where they used to have all the little side sponsors around it. You know, every weekend it would have a different group of sponsors on it. And sometimes it would have a primary paint scheme for each one of these things. So it could be the Post-it car, the blue tape car, the Scotch tape car, whatever the biff it was, Brillo pads, I don't know, whatever they have. They would have a cool primary paint scheme for Greg Biffle. Kind of like how Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has like 36 different paint schemes for 36 different races. And oh, by the way, none of them get made. That's how I felt about the Greg Biffle 3M era. So many great pieces that never got made. But, of course, picked this one up from our friends at Circle B Diecast. Great deal on it. I think it was like $5 or something for this diecast. So, hey, if you're in the market for a Biffle diecast, make sure to check that out over there. Use promo code Diecastbuffet. You could save on shipping. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, you got 3M on the hood. You know, this is how you take advantage of marketing. Gigantic hood logos. Take advantage of the real estate you're paying millions of dollars for. Biffle right there. Innovation. Don't even get me started on the 2015 3M car. That thing was atrocious. I don't know what they were thinking with that Jeff Gordon 3M car. That was one of the worst, if not the worst, Jeff Gordon paint scheme I've ever seen in my life. These 3M paint schemes were goated. You got Fusion right there on the front end. It's a little bit wonky jaw. Got the Ford decal there, number 16, Moog, Male, Comp, Edelbrock, Sunoco. And you have the Roush Fenway decal there, which it's crazy to think Brad Keselowski would join in with Roush. And, you know, it's sad to see Roush really fall apart in the mid to late 2010s. But it's good to see him back in the early 2020s, really winning races. I do wish they would bring back the 16 car. At the time of this video, they do not have the 16 car. Hopefully they will eventually. Go left side of the diecast here. And again, you can see all the sponsors we used to have back in the sport. Got American Red Cross right there, 3M. Now, this is a little bit of a bugaboo. I don't like the small logos on the side. I wish they would have used a little bit more. But I can kind of understand for this type of paint scheme because they would have like an absolute circus of different sponsors they would use every week. And this is kind of your little contingency panel you would have. I mean, let's zoom in a little bit more and look at this, because this was one of my favorite features about like the JTG Doherty cars for many years, is all the little sponsors, even the Target Juan Pablo Montoya cars, they would have all the little logos around here. So you got Post-it, you got Ace, 3mwraps.com, got Bondo. Yeah, they use a lot of Bondo for some race cars back in the day. Got Scotch blue tape there. Got filters, whatever the biff that is. Actually, I know what that is. Air filters for your home, you idiot. Coca-Cola. Got 3M. You got Greg Biffle signature Ford. You got Mac Tools. Whatever the biff that is. Safety Clean. No, it's Champion and Sherwin-Williams. Got number 16. Like the yellow 16 there. Jegs Autometer. The Invisible Coors Light decal. Pole Award, Edelbrock, Sprint Cup Series, Freescale, Duralast Brakes, K10, Mechanicswear, NASCAR Race Car, 3M Hollow EFI, and Goodyear. Now, the Greg Biffle paint schemes were really, really interesting, and his, I'd say 2008 to 2014, that Greg Biffle era was really, really cool. And the 3M paint schemes, they changed a little bit every year. And I think my favorite one was either 2010, 2008, or 2009. Those are my favorite ones. They kind of had like a tribal feel to it, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more sharp. This is kind of a safe paint scheme, you know, very just soft curvatures. I really, really liked what they were doing back in the late 2000s. Now, this is kind of goofy to me. Why in the biff do you got to put 3 3M decals on the back end? Like, what is this, a bumper sticker? This is ridiculous. Look how goofy that looks. I don't know, man. That's just me. I don't remember the Ford Fusions from 14 having the little exhaust ports on the back. That's interesting. Got Ford 16, 3M Innovation, 3M Roush Fenway. Go to the right side of the diecast. You know, Greg Biffle, I think, was just... I feel like he had a lot more left in the tank, and here's why. Here's my theory with Greg Biffle. I'm always a big Biffle fan. I really was. I still like him. He won that 2019 Texas truck race pretty good, right? Pretty good to do that. Jump in a truck, cold turkey and go out there and win it. That's a tough place to win at, right? In the truck series, anything can happen. Yes, I know it was a KBM truck, but still. Anyways, Greg Biffle basically got let go from Roush when Roush was at a time that they were just falling apart. They stopped innovating, which is kind of interesting because they have innovation on the hood. I remember watching the Dale Jr. download, and you would hear about Kenseth and Greg Biffle, and they were talking about what really happened at Roush. And what it was is they just stopped innovating. They stopped, pushing the boundaries. Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibbs Racing, Penske, all of them, Stewart-Haas Racing, they were innovating, new technology, new race cars, new equipment, new people, new employees, whatever they could to push the boundaries of stock car racing. And Roush kind of just stayed in their ways, and they got left behind. All their all-star team drivers left. Biffle was gone, Edwards was gone, Kenseth was gone, Reagan left. He won Daytona in 2011, but he wasn't exactly all-star. But all the Roush-Keteers left, and they were pretty much left with Stenhouse and Trevor Bayne, two very young drivers, not a lot of veteran leadership. And sure enough, they didn't do nothing really. Stenhouse did have a great season in 2017, but all things considered, if Roush would have kept going with other teams and just pushing the boundaries of the sport technology-wise, they had the sponsors to do it. Clearly, they would have still been winning races, I think, and that's why Brad Keselowski, when he came on board in 2022, how they changed the whole show immediately. Got number 16 right there, 3M. I mean, heck, they won the freaking dual race. I think did they win both of the dual races? I know they won one of them, but I think they might have won both of them. And then they finally won the Bristol night race that year. In 2023 they won like 3 races. So I mean, my point is, if they would have just kept on going, they would have been fine. And here's another Larry McNugget for you new NASCAR fans. At the time of Roush's downfall, I would say really 2014 was the last year because Edwards was still winning races. So 2015 comes, Biffle's still there. You got Stenhouse, and then you have Trevor Bayne. No disrespect to him, but that is not a good lineup for success. Biffle, he was really good still. His last one came in 2013, but the cars were already so daggum slow that it didn't help that he was a veteran there. He kind of overstayed his welcome. And I remember listening on the Dale Jr. download, he had opportunities to leave and actually go to another team, but he stayed loyal to Roush, and that inevitably kind of ended his career. He was too loyal to Roush. If he would have left, I guarantee you he could have possibly got a deal maybe with Penske for Logano. Instead of signing Logano, he could have maybe went to Penske. Hey, maybe the Edwards doesn't go to Gibbs. Who knows what could have happened? And that was really the downfall of it. But I think looking back at the Roush Fenway downfall, it was really sad because I always liked the Roush camp. But Greg Biffle, man, he kind of got the short end of the stick is what I'm trying to get at. He stayed loyal to a team that didn't really want to improve as much as the rest of the teams out there. And it's unfortunate, because he could have had way more wins, I believe. I mean, look at Edwards. He retired early, and he was like literally about to win the Sprint Cup championship and said, I'm out. So, man, what a crazy, crazy era and end to the Roush-Keteers. But what do y'all think about this diecast, guys? Make sure to comment down below what y'all think. Man, I miss the OG Roush days. They were pretty cool. I'm glad to see him winning again, though. It's nice to see the number 6 car, the number 17 car running competitively again. And hopefully they keep it going. But it's weird, in the 2000s they were just Roush racing, and in the late 2000s the early and mid. And they were Roush racing to Roush Fenway. Now they're Roush Fenway Keselowski racing. It's pretty interesting stuff. That's all for now, guys. Have a absolute blessed one, everybody. Diecast Buffet signing off.